makes noise. If you're a left-handed guitar player, then your right foot. But I think it's just really, really important to have some kind of constant time going on within you. The metronome should be inside you. And if you can develop that, it takes some coordination. Just like playing drums, a lot of times when a drummer does a groove on the ride cymbal, their left foot is keeping time on the hi-hat. You know, you'll see it going back and forth. And it takes a while to coordinate that, and it's the same thing with guitar. But, you know, try that with things that you play. You know, try just playing right with it. Like, this is the easiest way to start. You just go like, just right with it. But then try playing like in between, like. And then just, you know, try any kind of, one note's fine, but try different rhythms. Like, you know, you can just drum them in your head. Da 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 da. Da 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 da. Da da da. You get that better. There we go. Oh, let's see. And if you start adding notes, you know. It's just such a blast. I mean, it's really simple notes, but it's so musical and so powerful. And I guess really teaching has taught me so much of this because, you know, I kind of come from the Van Halen school of guitar playing. You know, when I was a kid, Eddie Van Halen was the most popular guitar player, and I totally loved his style, and I tried to learn everything. But in a way, Eruption, this amazing piece of guitar virtuosity, you know, I wouldn't change a note, and I love it to death, but it really messed up me and everybody else from my generation because it doesn't have rhythm to it. It's just this explosion of notes, and they're great notes, and it sounds awesome. And Eddie has impeccable rhythm. He's like James Brown. He just nails. When he wants to lock into the groove, he absolutely does and can. But his most popular guitar piece is just a free-form thing. And so suddenly everybody thought, well, it's fine to be free-form all the time. And so many of my students, that's their problem, is locking into things. So I just want to plant that seed of, you know, test out your playing. See if you can lock into a foot. You know. And at the same time, if you can add the melodies too, you can sort of sing along, you know, like so that's number one, the foot. What is number two? Bending. I think, again, because I come from the metal world, and one of the most attractive sounds of guitar metal is that big, thick, staccato chunk, you know, that kind of thing. But sometimes the, you know, that music or that particular style doesn't have much vibrato in it. And sometimes I'll hear guitar players who are awesome at going, but then they'll end the phrase and it'll be like, and so, you know, I was fortunate enough to grow up in the 70s, so, you know, I remember my biggest priority, this is just me, but I want to, you know, try to instill this virtue in you as well, is like when I heard Mick Ralphs from Bad Company do that big payoff note in the Bad Company song Rock Steady, where it's like, all in your eyes, stay with me a while, and here's your world of mine. It takes a while to get to it, just cool. And that's just such an amazing moment. That's one of my favorite things about the guitar. And I really want everybody to go home and just, you know, grab a string and bend it slow and even. You know? It's such a blast. All right. And what's the third one? I think I forgot the third one. The third one, I hope I'm practicing what I preach by saying the third one is learning songs. It's amazing what happens. You learn so much more learning a song than anything else. Like, because it's all about application. You know, you can go to school and you can learn scales and you can learn arpeggios, but applying it is where things really start to make sense. And inside of a song is where that's going to happen. And for example, yesterday I was working on my online school. The guy wrote in, and he was working on "Light My Fire," the Doors tune. Play the chord right. And this particular guitar player has really good, the student has really good technique. You know, he can go like, you can pick all over the place really fast. But I wanted to have something that fit with the song. So I did it in 3 steps. And, you know, this is a little long-winded, but I hope I won't be too boring. The first thing I did was I came up with this pattern for it, like a sliding. Pentatonic thing, so I could do that. Time. And that definitely works, but I wanted to lock into the accents of the song, and the chords as well. Because basically that's just doing A minor pentatonic, and the chords, there's also that second chord. So I changed it to go with the chords. Check this out. If I go. You know, I won't get into the details, but basically I followed the chords. Then I wanted to follow the rhythm, because there's an important accent in there. It goes 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and. That's the big accent, is the and of 2 in the second bar. And I wanted to nail that with the solo as well. So, you know, rather than just floating over the top, I'm actually playing with the band. And so I altered it so I could do that. I went 1, 2, 3, 4. You get the idea. And I just love stuff like that, where you can actually, you're playing with the band rather than just playing the licks that you prepared before, sort of like almost against the band. All right, so I'll quit talking. It's time for another tune. Thanks for listening to me. Oh, yeah. And we're definitely going to do, like the last piece of advice I gave, which is learning songs. You know, some songs, the guitar part is really obvious. I'm trying to think of like the most obvious guitar part song. Maybe like Rock Lobster, you know. You hear that, you know what the guitar part is. But there's some songs where there might not be any guitar in the song, but there's got to be a way to play it. And it's sort of, the way I look at it is like, I want to be able to find campfire versions of songs without guitar. So, for example, like I really love the Beach Boys song, God Only Knows, which I think it's mostly piano and you know, strings and horns and that kind of thing. But it can still be played like, I'm